Are the United States and India heading towards a trade showdown? The International Chamber of Commerce has warned that the move would crash the world economy and lead to 1930s like Great Depression.
U.S. President Donald Trump has reiterated his threat of reciprocal tariffs against India at a time
They'll be met with the exact same tariff unless they drop it. And that's what reciprocal means. And we may do it as early as today, or we'll wait till Monday or Tuesday. But
President Trump's reciprocal tariff policy aims to level the playing field. But how will it impact both the nations? President Trump has introduced a new policy where the US will impose the same amount of tariff that other countries impose on American goods. This move is designed to address trade imbalances and to protect domestic industries. Trump has a long-standing belief that the US is being treated unfairly in the global trade. He argues that many countries impose higher tariffs on US goods than the US does on theirs, creating an imbalance. For example, India levies tariffs that are typically between 5 and 20% higher than the US on 87% of imported goods, according to data from Global Trade Alert, an organization which assesses commerce policies, as well as forcing major powers like China and the European Union to lower their duties. The president believes reciprocal tariffs will boost his America First economic policy. Is it really fair though? Economists have pointed out that the US benefits from having large trade imbalances from the rest of the world, as the dollar, the global reserve currency, is used in most trade, which offers major tailwinds to the US economy. When countries accumulate US dollars through trade, they often try to reinvest them in US assets such as government bonds, stocks, and real estate. This inflow of capital helps US to lower their interest rates, facilitating borrowing and spending for both the consumers and businesses. Then there's also a thing called the Treffin dilemma. I will let my AI friend to explain this.
Imagine a world where one currency rules them all. The Treffin dilemma arises from the US dollar's dual role as both a national and global reserve currency. This creates a tug-of-war between domestic policies and international stability. Historically, the Treffin dilemma emerged post-World War II, when the US dollar became the backbone of global trade. This dual role means the US must balance its economic needs with global demands, often leading to conflicts. The Treffin dilemma significantly impacts global trade dynamics. Countries relying on the US dollar face challenges as fluctuations in US policies can ripple across the globe, affecting international transactions and economic stability. Potential risks include trade imbalances and financial instability. As the US prioritizes its domestic economy, other nations may struggle with the consequences, highlighting the need for diversified global currency reserves. India's trade with the USA showcases the Treffin dilemma's influence. Reliance on the US dollar means India faces challenges like currency volatility and trade deficits, complicating bilateral trade relations. To mitigate these challenges, India could explore alternative currencies or strengthen regional trade agreements. Such strategies might reduce dependency on the US dollar, fostering more balanced trade relations. In short, the Treffin dilemma really highlights how tricky it is to balance a country's own economic goals with what's best for the global economy. Figuring out how these forces work together is super important if we want to create smart trade strategies and keep the economy steady in the long run. Stay informed and engaged with global economic issues. By doing so, you'll be better equipped to navigate the evolving landscape of international trade. Let's work together towards a more balanced and stable global economy.
The United States benefits significantly from the US dollar's status as the world's primary reserve currency, a concept often referred to as exorbitant privilege. This status allows the US to run trade deficits without immediate economic crisis, as other countries hold and use dollars for international transactions. Implementing reciprocal tariffs, matching the tariffs that the other countries impose on US goods, aims to promote fairer trade practices. However, given the structural advantages the US possesses due to the dollar's dominance, such tariffs may overlook the broader economic context. Implementing these tariffs could disrupt established economic relationships without addressing the underlying factors that contribute to trade imbalances. While reciprocal tariffs aim to protect domestic industries, they can also lead to higher consumer prices and strained relationships with trading partners, potentially harming sectors that rely on international cooperation. In assessing the fairness of reciprocal tariffs, it's important to consider the unique advantages the US holds in the global economic system. Policies that do not account for these structural benefits may result in unintended consequences, both domestically and internationally. The International Chamber of Commerce has warned that the move would crash the world economy and lead to 1930s like Great Depression. So what can India do before the tariffs take effect in 4 weeks? According to columnist Ajay Srivastav, first, don't waste time signing an FTA because Trump doesn't value them. He scrapped the one he signed with Canada and Mexico in 2019. Also, don't retaliate. Instead, scrap tariffs on 90% of American industrial goods that are already free to import under other FTAs and seek reciprocal concessions. Meanwhile, strike deals with other countries affected by Trump's tariffs. Canada, for instance, will have a lot of spare oil, fertilizer, gold, copper, and plastic. Forget their rancor and grab the deals. Long term, our industries will have to become more resilient and find new markets because the world won't wait for them to come of age. The auto sector, Trump's pet peeve, has flourished with protections in India for decades. Yet India exported only 0.7 million cars last year. Mexico made 4 million and exported 3.5 million. And South Korean Hyundai is America's 4th largest car maker now. Time we grow up too.